Hey guys, investing in the proper tools to do your work is always a good idea. In today's video, we'll take a look at the Ergonofis Shift 2.0 desk, a premium standing desk that will follow your movements through the day. First off, let's start by saying that I've known Ergonofis for the past 2 years. Only a few weeks ago, I actually contacted them regarding this potential YouTube collaboration opportunity, and luckily, they said yes. They did have a new desk in the work though, and that's what they sent me, so let's check it out. This is the second version of their Shift desk. I actually have the original version at work and it was already an amazing desk, but we'll make sure to go over what's new with this model in the following. As a disclaimer, I did get the desk for free, but all opinions are my own, and as you should know by now, it doesn't affect my review. So I received the desk in two separate boxes, one for the surface and the other for the frame. The building process is fairly simple, and most of the parts are already pre-installed. In the first box, you get all the metal pieces that are required for the frame, as well as tools, user guide, and hardware. Then, in the flat box, there was the tabletop. I have to say, everything was super well packaged and nothing was scratched, especially the tabletop, which was protected on all sides. All in all, really nice packaging. I'd say it took me about half an hour to build the whole thing, and I was alone. Normally, it's better if you're two doing this. First, you unfold the legs from the base, then you lock them in place alongside the side wings where the tabletop will be mounted. Then comes the part where you install the tabletop. Fortunately, my base was already set at the right width to perfectly match the pre-drill holes in the tabletop, so that made that part super easy to complete, and you're sure everything will be perfectly aligned. There are a lot of holes actually, and that makes the top well secured in place. After that, I installed the feet, which require 4 screws, and it's pretty straightforward. Then finally, I installed the controller. The way it's mounted, it's actually really solid, with these 4 screws holding that long mounting plate. And then I flipped it up on its feet. I have to say, it looks really nice. I'm glad I went with the black top and black legs with the smaller 24 by 48 inches surface. All for a compact but clean desk setup. I like that the tabletop has a slight touch of gray, and with that matte surface, it looks premium, but we'll go back to that a bit later. Now as for my power strip, I hesitated between two options, but one didn't have enough ports for all my gear, so I had to go with a larger one. It's definitely not perfect, and I will probably find a better solution later on, but it works for now at least. As some of you may know, I was using a cheaper standing desk with an IKEA Gerton tabletop before, so I had to move my gear to the new desk. And here you go. I think it looks really nice. Super clean and well organized. My monitor is a tad big though, and I will switch back to a smaller model soon, so it's only temporary. The desk grommets are really useful too, that way it's much easier to organize your cables. So one is for my keyboard and laptop's USB-C cable, and the other is for all the cables that come out of my PC. They're made out of metal and they're made to order, so you can choose their location and how many you want when you place an order, which is pretty cool. Ergonofis also gave me an under-desk power strip. It comes with a mounting hardware to install it, although you'll need to drill your own holes for that. I have to say it's surprisingly solid, definitely won't move around. The quality is nice and the thickness of that cable is quite impressive. I think it's a really nice addition for a laptop charger that you might want to take with you after, or simply to charge a phone with one of the integrated USB ports. Overall, a really nice addition to this desk. Now, as for cable management, I'm quite tired of using racks like the IKEA Signum rack. They're still somewhat visible and your knees bump into them, so this time I decided to only use Velcro strips, although Ergonofis includes cable management ties, as I'm pretty sure that I'll redo it completely a few times until I consider it done. So it looks a bit messy under the desk, but I'm quite satisfied at how it looks from above. Again, I do have a lot of gear with 2 LifeX strips and a power line adapter, so it's quite crowded in there. I'll probably go with a different power strip at some point, and that will help. One thing to note is that there's a slight gap between the frame and the surface, and that's really useful to install Velcro cable ties there. So now we'll go over the features that this desk offers and what sets it apart from other models. Keep in mind that this is a high-end option, so it will be more expensive than the cheapest options on the market. However, it will be much more affordable than big brands models like Herman Miller or Steelcase, while still being competitive in terms of features and quality. So I'd say the main thing with this desk is the surface. It's nothing like I've seen before. It gives a matte look, but it's super soft. It also feels like it's rubberized, but it's not grippy either. This material has many amazing features though. It's antimicrobial, it's heat resistant, so you can have a mug of hot coffee directly on there. It's also scratch resistant. Even if you do scratch it, you can clean it up with a magic eraser. That's quite incredible. And finally, it doesn't show fingerprints easily, so it'll stay clean without too much maintenance. No other companies offer this type of surface as of now, and I'm sure it'll become more and more popular over time, as it's really impressive. This panel is made from MDF wood, so it's much more solid than particle boards, or even worse, honeycomb structures, and it's a much more eco-friendly alternative too. And finally, it's made here in Canada, and I like that. Other than that, the controller that's included is rock solid. It has plenty of features like a child lock, height limits, and much more, but what stood out to me is that you can set up to 4 presets, and that's perfect if you plan to share this desk between 2 persons so that everyone can have their own sitting and standing height presets. It's easy to interact with, and I like the fact that it lights up when in use. The desk has 2 motors, and the legs have 3 sections, so it can both go super low and really high too. The motor speed is really decent, and they're fairly quiet as well. They also have collision detection, and that's great to prevent accidents. I'm 5'11", and even at my height, the desk is still very stable. In fact, it's the most stable standing desk I've ever tried. And that's probably the feature that I like the most. It's literally built like a tank. The surface is fairly thin, but it's the most solid surface I've ever owned. The whole thing feels like it's a single piece of furniture, not different parts assembled together. It can lift up to 300 pounds, and I would believe it given how solid it feels. In fact, it's backed by a 10-year warranty, and Ergonofis' customer service is top-notch, so you'll have peace of mind with this desk. Now, as I said earlier, this is a high-end desk, so it does retail for a higher price too, starting at a little over $900 right now. And it's true that you can find cheaper alternatives that will offer some, if not most, of the features this desk has. However, what sets this desk apart is the overall build quality, the stability at higher heights, the great material they use for the surface, and the customer service and 10-year warranty behind this desk. If you're going to use it in a professional environment or for a workspace at home, I would definitely think that an Ergonofis desk is worth the investment. So that wraps it up for today. Hope you enjoyed this slightly different content. I have to say, I really enjoyed trying out this new desk, and I'm so glad that it'll be part of my main desk setup for the future. In fact, I'll have an updated desk setup tour coming out this fall, probably around mid-November, and it'll feature this desk alongside many other exciting items, and I'm sure you don't want to miss that, so make sure you're subscribed if not already. I'll have a link down below to where you can find this desk, and I invite you to check out Ergonofis' website. They offer a bunch of cool desk setup accessories, like that under-desk power strip, and they do have a bunch of new accessories in the work, like some wire management solution and monitor stands, so that should be pretty cool. So thank you for watching, make sure you liked the video if you did, and if you didn't, just let me know why in the comments below. Otherwise, don't forget to subscribe if you still haven't already, as I'll see you in the next video.